The way a CEO is elected, with exceptions, is again a sad commentary. The way you get to be a CEO, but I'm going to tell you that maybe this is changing and you should think about this. And don't get into the mold that I'm telling you most CEOs get into to get elected. I call it anti-Darwinian. I call it anti-survival of the fittest when you see these guys who run these companies today, for the most part, with a number of exceptions. Guy is the fraternity president in college. And I'm not telling you, I'm sure there's some of you out there that are fraternity presidents, and I'm not telling you all of them are bad guys. But I remember in college, and the fraternity president is the kind of guy that is sort of likable guy, the guy that is always at the frat house. With me, it was an eating club when I went to college. But he'd always be there, you know, and if you went over there, you wondered if he ever studied, because whenever you were feeling down, whenever you wanted to shoot a little pool, have a drink, your girlfriend didn't show up or something, you'd go over, and he was there. He was always there. How you doing, Carl? What's going on? You know, your girlfriend didn't come, you can't trust any of them, usual conversation. You go, oh, that's great, yeah, thank you. You like the guy, play a little pool, have a drink with him. And obviously, when it came time to get elected to be the frat president or the eating club president, you'd say, great, you know, and you vote for him. Now, this guy goes on, you know, he goes on into the world of business. And he's a likable guy, maybe not too bright, maybe even a buffoon, but likable and also a good political guy. Because, you know, there was always competition to be the head of the club. And he's good political, so he has all these qualifications. He doesn't make waves. He understands being a survivor, and he moves up the corporate ladder. And this is what we have today. They move up the corporate ladder, don't make waves, not a threat to the guy above them, and they just keep moving up and up. Never had many ideas, but just was there. So this doesn't help our corporations very much. It doesn't help us be competitive. It's the wrong people for this job today in our companies. But he just keeps moving up and moving up and moving up the ladder, right? And the board really doesn't care, because the boards are all just getting there. When you go to a board meeting, the first thing you get your check, you look at it, you see a bunch of graphs they show you. The light is pretty bad, a lot of red lines, green lines, yellow lines, all going up. There's always something going up. You got some line going up, no matter how bad the company is. Always lines. And I used to sit there. I mean, I'm colorblind. I don't even understand what the goddamn lines are, and I don't think anybody does. And you know, they always have that. So that's what goes on at your board meeting. And the CEO shows it, very smiling. And then they say, well, sometimes you say, well, George, you know, the CEO, well, how come we're losing all this money and this red line is going up? He said, well, you see, that's the line that we estimate in 1982. If you do the EBITDA from the oh, good. You're doing a good job. You know, where's dinner tonight, guys? You know, they're going to the boondoggle. We've got theater tickets, great. Okay, here's your check, great. And that's why you have the problem in derivatives today, and you have all these headaches, because the guys don't know how to literally run the company. So anyway, this guy, who's the CEO candidate, keeps moving up and up and up the ladder. He's a survivor. So as a survivor, he's not going to ever have a number two guy underneath him that's smarter than him. He doesn't want a guy that can challenge him, because God forbid somebody on the board should meet the number two guy. And he's moving up and up the ladder until he becomes number two to the CEO. And now he's number two to the CEO. And, you know, sooner or later the CEO retires, right? The CEO puts him there because the CEO realized this guy is not a challenge, because he's a little dumber than the CEO. So now he becomes the CEO. And now he finds his number two guy a little dumber than him, right? Well, sooner or later, we're going to be run by morons, by definition.